be 10 behavioral interview questions that I have ran through at my career as a mechanical engineer. So there's very likely chance that you're going to be exposed to these questions too. So these are just general top 10 questions that you should be able to answer. So number one, tell me about yourself. Interviewers are almost always going to start with this question right here. Number two, why this position, this company? This is an important question to ask because they want to make sure that the employee that they're hiring is going to help the company mission in some way, shape, or form. Number three, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is to, again, screen the candidate based on their long-term outlook on the company. Number four, tell me about a time you ran into a conflict at work and what you did to resolve it. This is pretty commonly asked. Employers are going to be focused on how well you problem solve and deal with conflicts. Number five, tell me about your greatest technical challenge. This is a good question right here that you want to be prepared for. At least have one specific technical example that you can bring up so that you can show that you can technically problem solve. Number six, what are your greatest strengths? Seven, what are your greatest weaknesses? So I would like to highlight that with all these questions that you should use the STAR method as possible. So like for instance, like number 6 or 7, what are your greatest strengths or what are your greatest weaknesses? Can be like, oh, I'm really hardworking, or oh, I'm detail oriented. You should go a little further beyond that and be like, I'm really detail oriented. And I'd like to highlight that by this specific example where I was assigned on this project and I was too focused on the numbers when the deadline was within a week and I had a few weeks worth of work to do. And as a result, I didn't meet my objectives, but as a result of that, I basically became a little less detail oriented and focused more on high level overview kind of thing. So something like that. Number 8, why should we hire you? This is a good question. You might not even be asked this one, but this is a good question just to be prepared for, to get you in that right mindset. Like this frames you as a prize, which ultimately you want to do when you are in this type of situation. Number 9, what are some of the favorite projects you've had in the past? So are you just going to be like some kind of desk jockey, or are you actually going to enjoy the work that you'd be doing, and are you going to be pleasant to be around? So be prepared to answer this question. And then last but not least, tell me about a time you failed on a project. Theoretically, everything we design and everything we make is going to go smoothly put together and things are going to run fine, but that's not really the case. There's lots of times where we're all going to have to deal with failures. So think of a good example of how you failed. And that's pretty much it. Just be ready to answer these top 10 questions right here, and you should be pretty solid. And remember to answer all of them in a STAR format. So if you want to go like a little further in depth with that, just give me a message, shoot a comment, and we can work on that. Thanks.